Hey everybody, welcome to the replay. I know it's about dinner time, but I thought I would just do a quick scope here before my boys and I have dinner. It's been a really long time since I have done a Periscope, and I don't know, I just haven't felt called by a topic. But today, Rites of Passage called me, and so we're going to do a quick little scope today to talk about that. How's everybody doing today? It's been a long time. It's been a really long time. So today is my birthing day, my son's 7th birthday, and it's a big day for both of us. It's a really big day for both of us, and so I don't know, maybe the energy is all churned up in my world, but I thought, let me get back on. Yeah, you know, it's funny with Periscopes because I always said I will not do Periscopes unless I've done all of my income producing activities for the day. And there have just been a lot of days in the last 2 months where I have not gotten through all of my income producing activities, so hence no Periscopes. And just also hadn't felt called yet to talk about a topic. And so, you know me, I'm not going to just get on and blab about something if I don't think it's actually helpful or useful. So you guys are so sweet. We are going to be talking today about 2 rites of passage that new business builders within network marketing go through every single time. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because my team is going through our Business Builder Bootcamp. We run it every couple months, where we take our brand new builders through a process to teach them the foundations of how to build their network marketing business. And I am going through boot camp for probably, oh gosh, I think it's like my 5th or 6th time as a participant. You know, I helped create the program, but I still go through it many times, especially when I feel like I have not sharpened my saw around those foundational skills recently. And so as I've been going through the boot camp, I see some of my boot campers on here. Hey gals. As I've been going through the boot camp, it kind of just took me back to my beginning days of building when I was brand new. And some of the questions that are being brought up and some of the emails that I'm getting from some of my newer builders are just, it's making me very nostalgic to what it was like, you know, a couple years ago for me. So I wanted to just get on and talk quickly about expectations. We're going to be talking about 2 rites of passage that brand new business builders within network marketing go through. And this is something that almost everyone faces. So if you're new to this and you have other friends that are new to network marketing, please invite them. You can share. It's been so long since I've done a Periscope. You swipe one way. iPhone, I think, is left to right. The other phones, it's up, down, or down, up. You guys know what to do. Also, if you're not new, but if you have team members who are new, you know, it's really helpful to help set expectations with them for what is going to happen. Because if we can set expectations, then we're not thrown off balance when these things happen. And I know with certainty that these 2 things are going to happen to your builders. So please, if you have anybody on your team who's new, please share this so that they can hear this. And that way you can leverage this tool instead of having to share it on your own. So for those of you who are new to my scopes or who haven't, it's been so long since I've scoped, you guys might not remember who I am. My name is Christy Collins, and I'm a diamond leader with Young Living Essential Oils. And I love to scope about all the systems and the skills and the personal growth that's necessary to reach success within network marketing. Particularly, I just have this soft spot in my heart for introverts because I'm a big introvert, and it takes an extra certain something for us to succeed in this industry, which is very extroverted typically. And I also have a sweet spot in my heart for homeschooling moms, and just any parents who are home with their kids full time, because you know, it can be a little more challenging and tricky to balance this business when you're doing that. So thanks, guys. I'm glad to be back too. I just had to hit that broadcast button before I changed my mind again. So today what we're going to be talking about are 2 rites of passage that all new business builders within network marketing face. Okay, and these are things that happen. They happen to me. They've happened to pretty much every single builder that I have ever coached. And what I've noticed is that these things can throw people off. And if you are prepared for them and you understand that they're going to happen, you're much more likely to kind of stand your ground and not be knocked over when they happen. So the first one is this. Okay, let's say you have started building your business, you're super excited, right? Like, this is gonna be great, I'm working for myself. What could go wrong, right? Like this, it's gonna be paved with gold, this whole process paved with gold, right? Super easy. And then something happens, and it's usually something like this, okay? You get sick, or your child gets sick, or your spouse gets sick, hey Abby, or your spouse takes on a new job, or someone in your family passes away, or someone needs you desperately, like someone needs you to be there, drop everything and be there for them, right? How many of you guys have experienced this in the beginning of your network marketing industry? The minute you decide you're committing to this, you're going to do it, you're going to focus on it, and then the stuff hits the fan and like you're pulled in a whole different direction. All right, that happened to you, Beth. Awesome. Yep. And sometimes it's not just when we're at the beginning of building our businesses. Sometimes it's when we have committed to a goal within our business. Maybe we've been building for a year or two. We're committing to our next rank, or we're committing to helping someone else, or we have just set up this brilliant schedule of events, right, that we're going to lead. And then that's when the stuff hits the fan. Yeah, we can get sick. Yep, the universe. And that's what it is. Maria hit it on the head. It's the universe testing you. All right? Anytime we enter a new venture like this, especially a new business, especially network marketing, which is new to most of us, the universe is like, okay, you know, I understand you're curious about this. You think you're committed, but let's really see how committed you are. So the universe gives you a test, right? Now, those of you who are religious, you might say, yeah, the devil throws something in your way. It's all, wherever it comes from, it's the same thing, right? It's not going to be paved smooth with gold the whole way. The people who make it to the top in this industry are the ones that will climb over the tower-sized boulders that are in their way. And usually there's going to be something that pops up in the very beginning to make you question yourself, to make you wonder if you can do this. Oftentimes, here's one. A spouse that does not approve of your network marketing business, right? Actively does not like your network marketing business, or maybe the spouse despises your products, will not let you use your products in your home, will not even talk about the products. How many of you guys have a spouse, or maybe it's a parent or a parent-in-law or someone very close to you that is like, what are you doing? This is crazy. I do not support this. How many of you guys have that? That is the universe's test as well. They often send people that we're closest to, the people that know our triggers, and they will try their best to bring us down. Now, it's not that they're trying to bring us down. It's not that they don't want us to succeed. They're just the vehicle for the test, right? And that test can be harder on us because we are close to them and they know our triggers and they can get us really easily. So here's what you want to do with this. You want to know that the distraction is coming, okay? So what we tell our boot campers in our business building boot camp is we ask them to set up office hours for their month of boot camp. And we say, listen, what we know is going to happen is something's going to come up that's going to try and pull you away from these office hours, these hours you're working your business. You have to make these as important as if you were going to a regular job. Right? Because let's say you have a job, right? You're going into corporate America, or you're teaching at a school, or you're working at a hospital, or whatever you're doing, and you're committed to being there 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day or however much you're working. And if someone in your family gets sick, you're not going to call into your job for the next month or 2 months or 3 months and say, I'm sorry, I can't come in anymore, someone's sick. No, you have to figure out how to do your job and help support that person as well. And so what we ask people to do, not to supplant your family, not to supplant your health or, your relationships for your business, but if you know it's coming, you can prioritize both. You can figure out, how do I take care of this distraction that's just popped up and maintain commitment to my business? And the reason you can maintain commitment to your business is because you know why you're doing your business in the first place. That's why we always talk about the why. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of it. Sometimes you don't even have to do anything other than just be aware of the fact that there's a test coming and there is a distraction that is coming. And if you're prepared for it, when it pops up, you can kind of just chuckle to yourself and be like, oh man, here it is. Okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do both? How do I commit to my business? And how do I figure out how to work around and support whatever distraction is coming my way? Okay, so that's the first distraction. So I just want, if you have experienced a distraction of this sort in the last month or so, someone getting sick, someone disapproving of your business, a move that's happened, like any major life event that has caused you to think, oh, maybe I should just like leave my business for a while and focus, on this. Just type in the number 1 on the screen. And if you want to type in like a word or two that describes what your distraction has, what it has manifested as, you can just type in maybe a word or two to describe it. I know some of them might be personal, so you don't have to put in. Your husband got orders for a whole new location. Yeah, a move, hospitalized, family illness. Yeah, these all sound very, very, very familiar. Okay, moving multiple times. Oh my gosh. So these things come, and you can prepare your new builders for the family stuff, the new job, stepkids moving in. Wow, that's a distraction. Separation. Right? You can prepare yourself and your new builders for these things so that they're just part of the process. They're part of the growth process, right? And oftentimes how we react to these distractions in life kind of translates to how we react to everything. So network marketing provides this great opportunity to grow and stay strong in our purpose and where we're going despite what happens all around us. Okay? So that's the first rite of passage, is some kind of major distraction. Okay, the second rite of passage is, ready? How many of you guys have experienced this lately? I guarantee you, especially if you if you join a network marketing company and you are now sharing about a product that you love, I guarantee within the first month, somebody in your circle of friends is going to email you or Facebook message you an article or a news article or a Facebook post or something that is very derogatory towards your company or your product or your industry, right? How many of you have gotten recently an article that said, oh, this product is horrible, no one should be using it, it's toxic, or this industry of network marketing is awful and companies are, taking advantage of people and it's a pyramid scheme and or your company and your company's founder is questionable? And how many of you guys, type in the number 1 if you have gotten something. First of all, think back to when you first started, if you've been in for a while, right? Tell me you did not get something like this. And then, what I've noticed is that, Deborah, it's coming. Sweetie, it's coming. I tell you, it's coming at some point. Just be prepared, right? Now, these kind of things come from 2 different types of people. They come from either people who are, they might have heard that you're into, like for me, my company that I share about is Young Living Essential Oils. So we've got Young Essential Oils. So, when I first started, people would send me anything on essential oils, but actually usually the negative stuff, right? They never sent me all the millions of positive PubMed studies or the millions of positive things written about essential oils, right? They would send me the one like Debbie Downer article and they just sent it to me. And I would sit there as a new person. I was like, I would start quaking. I didn't know what to do. And I would start questioning, am I with the right company? Am I with the right industry? Am I using these products? Am I causing a problem? Oh my God, people are going to question me. I would just spiral down. And all it was an article that some person had sent to me. Okay. So what I have learned since then is that it is a rite of passage. All you new people are going to get some kind of negative, derogatory, media hype, slanderous thing sent to you. Okay? Now again, this is a test from the universe because you're new. You do not have your belief so strongly cemented yet in your company that you're representing, the founders of the company or the team that has built the company. Maybe you're new to the product, so you're still learning about them. You don't have a firm belief in your product yet because you just got your diffuser yesterday. You don't really know a lot about oils, so you're still on shaky ground with even the products that you're using. You're just new, you're beginning, right? And so all of these beliefs have not been built firmly into you. So you're like a young tree, and when the wind blows, you can just blow over. You're not like someone who has been in the industry or with your company for a long time. Someone like me who's now traveled to 3 Young Living farms. I've seen the farms, I've seen the plants, I've seen the trees, I've seen the distilleries, I've met the workers who worked there. I have met Gary and Mary Young. I have met them many times. I know the company. Like, I know it so strongly. A tornado is not going to blow me over. I have roots. I have roots that have been firmly gripped into the beliefs around my company, my industry of network marketing, the products that I use. It's firm. So I don't get those articles anymore because it's not going to do anything to me. Okay, it's not going to do anything to me. But when I was new and I was still shaky, right? And the word pyramid scheme would send me into a tizzy because I didn't know how to respond to it because I was brand new and I didn't know anything, right? That's when the articles come. So just know that they're going to come. Know that it's a wonderful growth opportunity, because what happens every time you get an article from someone, or someone asks you a question, or someone just innocently will ask you to explain something about your product or your company. Most of the time they're not trying to like blast you. They're just curious. Usually that comes from 2 sources. There are people who are just curious, right? When people saw that I was into essential oils, they would just send me stuff on essential oils, not because they were judging me. They were just like, oh, she's into essential oils. I saw this article that was a little negative about essential oils. Why don't I send it to Christy and see, I think sometimes they think they're helping me out, which is kind of funny, but every time they would send me something, it would help me build my belief firmer, because I would do a little digging, I'd do a little researching, then I would say, wow, I really want to get to an event where I can meet the founders of the company, where I can go to a farm, where I get more solid in my belief and I don't just have to read things online. Because you can read anything online about anyone, anything, really. You have to take everything you read online with a grain of salt. So I said, I need to go myself. I need to talk to them myself. I need to go to convention myself. I need to go to the farms myself. Because if I'm going to answer, I want to be able to answer for myself. Now, for a while, I had to borrow the belief of people that I knew and trusted. So for a while, I had to borrow my sponsor's belief and her experience about network marketing, because when I was new, I did not have that belief firm yet. When I was making $49 a month, I had to go on faith that my income would someday be something that I could stand behind and tell people, yeah, if you leave your job, you can stand to make as much money within network marketing. Sure, you can. Now I can say that without hesitation, but in the beginning I had to borrow. And that's in the beginning, when you're still borrowing belief, that's when these kind of articles and anything, comments, whatever it is, that's when they can kind of throw you off balance. But if you know they're coming, what you can do is just use it as a growth opportunity. So if I were to get an article this today from somebody, first of all, I would evaluate the source. Is this coming from someone who I know is just curious, or maybe like looking out for me and just passing along information because they know this is something I'm into? Or is this somebody that might be trying to kind of like pick a fight with me, or like instigate something? Or, if they're from a different oil company and they send me something, they might be trying to kind of like egg me on a little bit, right? So I'm not going to respond to that. I'm not going to react. What I always do is I respond and I say, oh, that's so interesting. Tell me why you sent that to me. Tell me why you sent it to me. I'm so curious. Why did you send me that article? Because when I was first starting out, I wouldn't say that. I would just go into this huge downward spiral, imagining millions of different reasons why they sent me something. And none of them, I don't know which one was true. It just took up a lot of my mind space. It distracted me from building my business, right? It's another distraction. It made me question myself and made me feel less confident, which set me back a couple paces. So what I found great and very productive to do is just say, wow, that's so interesting. Why did you send that to me? Because then I understand, then I hear back from them. Then I hear why. Maybe they say, I know you're into oils. I just thought it might be interesting for you. Or, if they are picking a fight and their response shows it, that's not somewhere I'm going to go. I am not interested in debating with people. I'm not interested in getting into back and forth things with people. I know what I know. I know what my company is. And so I'm not going to go there with people who just want to pick fights. But if someone's curious, Or if someone wants information, or they're like me and they're a green personality type and they love information and they love to evaluate things and they want information before they make a decision, sure, I'm going to tell them what I know. But I'm not going to go like, this is better than this, or this company is better than that, or I'm not going to slander other people. I'm just going to tell them, hey, I understand how you felt. When I started, using oils, I felt the same way too. So I did research and here's what I found. Right? Here's what I found when I went to the farms. Here's what I found when I met the founders of Young Living. I just explained my own experience. That's all I can do. It's not my job to convert people. It's not my job to get into battles with people. It's not my job. It's not your job either, okay? So just know that these things are going to pop up. The reason they pop up for you is because you at some point are going to have someone that you are coaching and mentoring. And when they're beginning and they're a little shaky and they can get blown over a little bit, they're going to get the same things too. They're going to get distracted by something. They're going to be sent something that's going to kind of rock them a little bit. If you haven't gone through that experience yourself, if you haven't gone through it and know how it feels, and then know how it feels to come out the other side and be firm and rooted in your belief, you can't coach them properly, right? So you have to go through it so you can help them go through it, so they can help somebody else go through it, and so they can help somebody else go through it. It's like, that's why I call it rites of passage. It's just like anything. It's like a grandmother helping her child with her toddler, right? She went through it with her daughter when her daughter was a toddler. She can then help her daughter to go through it when her daughter's daughter is a toddler. It's just like parenthood. It's like any rite of passage, okay? So don't shy away from these things. Don't get frustrated by them. Don't feel like they're an attack on you. They're just part of the process. This is personal growth with a compensation plan. If you don't go through these rites of passage, you don't get paid more. So consider it your opportunity to interview for a raise in your network marketing business. All right. Anybody have any quick questions before I pop off? I've got to go have dinner with my boys. They're watching a tiger show right now. Anything anybody wants to discuss or anything that's popped up for you that you're curious about? Convention was huge for you. You were kind of on the fence on the business part. Yes, convention is massive. I went to convention the first year. I was a senior star, and I was the only person from my team going until 2 days before one person joined me, and it changed everything for me. Everything. Talk about belief getting just rooted into the ground. Got to go to convention. If you're not signed up, you've got to go. Whatever company you're with, go to their convention. That's where you're going to get the heart and soul of your company. Okay? All right. Remind me again how to view this. On catch.me, I did go to convention by myself. Yeah, I've gone to lots of events by myself. And I think it's really important. If you feel like you need something to root you in beliefs, you've got to do what you've got to do. You've got to go. You've got to set aside money from every single paycheck that you're making right now to go. Even if it's $5 a month, you've got to set aside. If you can't go to convention, go to some of the local corporate events that Young Living does so that you have that personal connection, okay? You're going by yourself, that's awesome. You're going to meet so many cool people at convention. Just the energy alone is just, it's awesome. It's so cool. You guys, if you want to watch this again, if you want to share, let's see, left to right on an iPhone to share, I think it's up. On an Android, I'm not sure, up or down on an Android to share. And if you want to view it again, you can, it's catch.me, KATCH.me, and then it's /ChristyCall23. So it's the same as my Periscope handle, just after the catch.me, and you can watch it again. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I kind of broke my Periscope seal again. I don't know when I'll be back. Again, it depends on when I get through my income producing activities. If I don't do those, I don't get on Periscope. It's just the rule that I have set up for myself. But I hope that, convention? Yeah, convention's so far away though. We'll do a scope on that in May or June. Just get your ticket, get your airfare, and just go. Just get yourself there, and the rest of it's really easy. Okay? All right, you guys have a great day. I hope you have an awesome night, and get ready for distractions and rites of passage.